So in this video, I'm gonna go over my 3 tips for you guys to increase the benefits of your Wim Hof, DMT, and alkaline breathing. My name is Zen Life Dan, and thanks for watching. So tip number 1, we're first gonna have to understand what type of breathing we're doing. So a lot of you guys watching this video, I'm sure you're familiar with the Wim Hof technique, maybe have attended some of his seminars, or have seen some of my alkaline DMT YouTube videos, and they're very similar in that they charge the body with oxygen. So I'm turning on a song right now from my alkaline breathing playlist on Spotify. You can find it in the link in the description below. And the reason I'm doing this is because alkaline breathing is tempo based. So as we get our song here, which is called Chukam by El Buho, as we move into the rhythm, we can listen to where we inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, that flow that you just saw me doing typically would continue for about 40 to 50 breaths before we do our full exhale and hold for retention. Then we'd move through some other things that we can do after our retention. Then we do an inhale and we would hold. And then we would go right back into our rhythm of tuning into the music, and then and breathing. And that's great. And that could last somebody a whole lifetime of amazing, beneficial healing properties of breathing through the benefits of oxygen in their body. And it's done wonders for me, and I hope it's done wonders for you too. But now here are 3 things to improve that. Number 1, now that we know the type of breathing that we're doing, is I'm gonna leave the music on so I can demonstrate some breath here. Tip number 1, moving your head left to right on your inhale portions. So for example, instead of just now it's a lot more energy, vitality, blood flow, even opening up your shoulders. If you want to get your arms involved, you can. And that's a technique that's by far and away gonna allow so much more variation, fun, freedom for you in your breathwork flow, because breathwork should be fun, it should be freeing, and it shouldn't be as dogmatic and rigid, just sitting there breathing. So I love being able to bring in these elements of the music, the gentle movement, looking left to right, and that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is going to be a brief and gentle lion's breath on your exhale. So maybe we know, maybe we don't know, a full lion's breath looks like a lion roaring. And we push out all the oxygen like that. Now, if you were to do a full lion's breath during your flow, you would lose rhythm. Right? But if you do a brief lion's breath on your exhale, looks something like this. Once again, much more freedom is coming in. Some tools of the trade, allowing yourself to do what feels right for your body during your breathwork flow is gonna, I believe, really help. It's helped me so much. So a little lion's breath on your exhale. And tip number 3 is going to be to speak about your eyes. So your eyes, you want your gaze generally to be gentle. If your eyes are open, that's okay. You don't want to be looking at anything in particular. You don't want to be, looking and identifying to bring in your mind. You want your eyes almost to look like you're drunk or something. Like nothing out here matters. You can be looking, but none of it matters. Or you can take the gaze of your eyes, this is my preferred technique, and you can just look upward. Maybe you can see some of the whites of my eye when I do that. In a lot of Eastern cultures, yoga practice, they call this the Shambhavi Mudra, where you take your gaze upward. It's a pose. And you can just keep that pose going throughout your whole breathwork flow. When you take your gaze upward, I find that the attention goes upward. So if one of the goals of our breathwork practice is to have Kundalini rising, to raise up our energy, to our aura, to expand our aura, having the attention upward is going to be good, because that's almost like a point that we're shooting for. So that would be tip number 3, is the eyes. So once again, let's recap. Number 1, looking left to right. Number 2, lion's breath on your exhale. Tip number 3, looking upward. And then if I'm able to incorporate one more bonus for you guys, my bonus tip for this video would be doubling the tempo of your breath. So if you guys are loyal Alkaline Breathing playlist listeners and you always are good at attuning to the rhythm, right? You stay on that tempo. So the full breath, you can maintain a full breath. Inhale, full breath, exhale for the durations of the songs in the playlist. That's why I put those songs in the playlist. But now what I would invite you to do is go double time Breath of Fire. So Breath of Fire is in and out through the nose, and with the song that we're hearing now, it would sound like this. Now, I want to remind you that you cannot maintain a full breath in and a full breath out on your double time Breath of Fire. It just doesn't work like that. You can on the normal. So if this is the full capacity of your inhale on your Breath of Fire, I invite you to keep it more like this. That way you can maintain that throughout each and every song, and then oscillate between the two. So on your typical rounds of breathing, 40, 50 breaths, incorporate a little bit of the Breath of Fire into that, and then go back. Breath of Fire. And then go back. And then if you're following the full flow, then go into your exhale. Then your inhale. Okay guys, so this has been 3 plus a bonus tip to improve your alkaline breathing, your DMT breathing, and your Wim Hof breathing. I hope that helps. Let me know if you guys like the video, and if you enjoy these breathwork videos and you enjoy my guidance, I highly recommend you subscribe to the channel, because I plan on doing a lot more of these. Please ask me your questions. I'm gonna do my best to get to everyone and answer everyone, and if I can't answer them all particularly, or I see a lot of them coming up, I'm gonna make a video on the topic. So thanks again guys, and I'll see you in the next video.